Hey everyone, I'm Nathan with the ebookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to do a review of the new Fire HD10. So this is the second gen model that Amazon just released in October 2017. So as you can see, it's got sort of just like a basic design. It's just like their other tablets. It's got the plastic back, sort of rounded corners. You've got a low grade 2 megapixel camera on the back. We've also got speakers on one edge. As you can see here, the speaker holes, there's two of them. There's one on each side. Then we've got the micro SD card slot on this side. So I do have a little bit of trouble with the slot. It's like deeper than usual. I can't like put a card in or remove it without a screwdriver or something else pokey, but it does work. And then on this top edge, we've got the power button, the volume buttons, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, etc. And then we've got the higher resolution screen. So the screen is definitely the strong suit of this tablet. It's got the 224 ppi. It's got the highest resolution of any of the Fire tablets available currently. So it does have very good details, good color. I really do like the screen. I also appreciate that they have a really low brightness setting for at night. I don't even quite use the lowest setting. I have it up a little tiny bit usually at night, but I really do like the low brightness settings. And it's got a good range of settings. It's also quite bright when you go all the way up to scale. So one thing I do notice about the screen, actually I noticed this about a lot of tablet screens. Nobody ever seems to mention it, but like the left side of the screen is a little brighter than the right side of the screen. I don't think it's showing up at all on this camera because it kind of auto adjusts the brightness, but in person, when you have like a white background, you can kind of see the left side of the screen is a little bit brighter than the right side. So like I mentioned earlier, the Fire HD10 is pretty much the same exact design as like the 7-inch tablet, except for it only has one speaker. And then like the HD8, they all have like the same design. They look a lot alike. So one of the new features on the HD10 is hands-free Alexa support. So you can like turn the device on just by using your voice.
Alexa, home.
So I do like that feature because you can just bypass the lock screen and automatically turn it on. There are obviously a number of other commands. So pardon the horrible audio quality right here. Switching over to the camera's mic. And I'll show you a couple different things here.
Alexa, play audiobook.
Getting your book from Audible. Resuming Treasure Island. There's 10 minutes left in the chapter, and 3 hours, 20 minutes left in the book.
Alright, so I'll kind of give a quick demo of the volume difference of the speakers here. Again, this camera's audio quality is really bad, but you get an idea.
A precious sight, that's what you'll say. A precious sight more confidence. And then Nipsey.
So the speakers are quite a bit louder than the other Fire tablets, but they, like any tablet, they don't sound that great. So I don't know. I always like using Bluetooth instead. So let's go ahead and switch over to screen capture mode, talk about the operating system here a bit. So obviously Amazon's Fire tablets, they all have the custom Fire OS operating system, so you don't have as many customizations. You can just sort of set up different folders on your home screen. You can put these apps in different order. You don't have a whole lot of options, but as you see, I got the Google Play Store on here. You can install that. It takes like 5 minutes, just a matter of installing 4 apps. But you also have obviously the Amazon App Store. It just doesn't have as many apps. And if you want a different web browser, for instance, they don't even show you the web browsers they offer. They really want you to use their web browser, and I absolutely hate it. So I have to go with Google Chrome. So you're also going to want to install like a file manager app. Astro is a good one from the Amazon App Store. So you kind of need a file manager. It doesn't come with one. Up here we've got our quick settings menu. I kind of wish we could customize this, but you've got right here. You can turn on or adjust your brightness, turn on Alexa. You can turn on the blue shade feature for like reading at night if you want to filter out blue light, and you can kind of customize the color of the screen by adjusting this color and this brightness. So that's sort of Amazon's blue light filter on Fire tablets. You can also, I just like using the lower brightness. I never really like using that color, but it's all personal preference. But I do really appreciate the low brightness settings on here. It doesn't hurt your eyes at all at night. So a lot of tablets are just way too bright, but I do like that on here. So this is kind of a new look here for your on the page to the left of the home screen. You got the list of your music. You can get your weather right here and your recent activity. It used to just be like a jumble of apps, but they've improved that a bit. It looks a little bit better now. So Amazon's home screens are laid out so that you swipe from left to right to go to the different sections, or you can just tap it up there on the menu bar. So obviously you've got the video section, and they've got the Prime Video. You can download Prime Videos. It'll actually automatically download some Prime Videos. It's called On Deck. I kind of find it annoying, but you can turn it off in the settings menu if you want. So there's some weird thing going on right now. It usually happens when I'm recording a video. It's really strange. I've never seen this happen before. For some reason, some of these sections aren't loading right. Usually you have more to it right here. You have like recommended apps, and then like in the music section, it'll show you like your recently played, and it'll show like recommended titles. But for some reason, it's not showing that stuff right now. I don't know what the deal is. Their servers must be getting hammered. So that's another downside of Amazon's forced home screens, because you have to rely on them to have it work right. But anyway, you've got the music section in here. I really like the Prime Music. You can just load up on Prime Music. They got the Prime stations if you have Amazon Prime. So, I mean, obviously you can load in your own content as well, and you can shuffle through this. You got your own section here for your songs. You got different ways to manage it. Like I said, you got the Prime logo next to some of these because they're the ones you get in from Amazon Prime, and you got them next to your own content in here. So, then you've also got, let's go over to the Audible section. Audiobooks obviously are on here. We showed it a bit earlier with that the volume test earlier. So you do have your audio content, and it can sync with your ebooks. If you have like a Kindle ebook, it'll like you open. You can have the audio playing, and it'll highlight the text as it's going along, so you can actually see the text as it's reading it. We've also got the Audible channels for Prime members. You can go in here and get some free content. Like I said, if you have Amazon Prime. So these tablets are great if you have Prime, because you get free music, free videos, free ebooks. It really does tie in well with that. And you got the newsstand section as well here on the far end. I'm not going to pretend I read news or magazines. So, I mean, I have basically nothing in this section, but you can get all these different kinds of magazines on here. And it does look good on the 10-inch high-resolution screen. I'll show a comic here in a little bit. But let's talk about ebooks first. So the ebook app, it's got the cool thing where on the big screen, you've got the 2 columns. So here in landscape mode, we can have 2 different columns. And then we've also got like the fast page scan. You can go back and forth. So they do have it implemented quite well, the Kindle ebook features on here. And you got a couple extra things that aren't available like on regular Kindles. You've got like the different background colors. So this is actually available on the Kindle Oasis now that they just came out with the invert color. But usually, I mean, you've got some different font sizes in here, different font types you can choose, and the different margins. Let's just go back to the white here. And then if you want, there's some, there are additional settings that you can access from the settings menu. So not everything is right here. So if you go into the settings menu, you can change it if you want to have, for instance, if you want to have like just 1 column instead of 2 columns like this. So we can go up here into the additional settings menu. I'll tap the screen eventually. Here we go. Additional settings. So yeah, you have like the word wise in here as well. You got text to speech you can turn on. There's like page curl. So there's a bunch of different settings in there. You can download additional voices for text to speech as well. I have a separate video that I uploaded recently. So if you wanted to use really big font sizes, you can just switch to 1 column. And it also got the nifty little animated page turns if you want to turn that on. It's not on by default. But yeah, you can turn that on in the settings. A number of other things up in there. So and then you've also got the word runner. So this isn't available on Kindle e-readers. It's like a Fire type of thing. You can read this way. It's really different. I didn't really like it, but I can kind of see its usefulness. It's really different way of reading. If you swipe on the screen, you can kind of go back and forth if you miss something. And then you got that dial to control the speed. So it is really a different way of reading, just 1 word at a time like that. So you got the different highlights, different colored highlights. We got some different, you got the notes and sharing options. You can email your highlights, share them on Facebook or Goodreads or Twitter. And you've also got like Wikipedia, and you can do translations right here. So obviously this requires an internet connection. It uses Bing Translator, but you got a number of different languages you can translate. So some cool features as far as that goes. So in the settings menu, you've got your storage here. So these tablets come with 32 gigabytes of storage. I'm not really going to talk about the specs. You can find all the specs on the product page. It's kind of pointless to talk about, but you can turn on all these different things to download to your SD card. You've got some different low power modes as well to try to maximize battery life, which is about 10 hours. That's pretty much about average for a 10-inch tablet. So in here we got the display settings. This adaptive brightness will automatically adjust the screen brightness. I absolutely hate it because it's always distracting me. So you can turn it on and off if you like it. If not, you can just turn it off. So we got this different font size option in here. If you want to have the user interface have larger fonts, you got that option. So you've got normal and large, and then you've got huge. So all your settings will be larger. And then like all your icons, as you can see, your labels are larger, so it's easier to read if you have vision problems. So here's a quick look at a comic. I probably should have just showed it on the actual screen instead of screen capture, but it does look really good on this 10-inch screen. Really, really good, in fact, because of the high resolution. And the colors are good, and it's just very crisp and clear with that 1080p screen on the Fire HD 10. It's a lot better than like the Fire HD or just the Fire 7. It has that low res screen, so yeah, it does make a big difference to this type of content, obviously. And the panel view when you're using it in landscape mode, it looks really nice too. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. I don't like it getting more than 10 minutes long; it just gets boring. So check out the ebookreader.com. I'll have the written review of this tablet, and I have the other written reviews for other Kindles and other Fire tablets as well. If you want more information, check out the ebookreader.com, the ebook reader blog. Got all kinds of additional information on there. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day, and bye.